We just got done talking about all of our hand tools. Now we're going to talk to you about our gas power tools. These are tools that can be dangerous, but we're going to show you how to use them safely and still remain productive.
This is a chop saw. It's used for cutting. It comes with different kinds of blades. This right here is a diamond blade. It's good for cutting asphalt. There's a nut right here if you wanted to take the blade off and swap it out with a different blade. Let's say you wanted to cut ductile iron or something. You have a blade that's good for ductile. If you wanted to cut a piece of metal pipe, this one right here is a masonry concrete blade. They also work pretty good on cutting pipe themselves. Now the tool to switch the blade out is this right here. You would put the nut on, and all I did is I pulled down to loosen it. Take this off, unscrew the nut, pull the blade off. Now these have a little ring inside. We're gonna leave it in there, but there's a little ring inside right here. These will wobble all over the place. The diamond blades will wobble all over the place if you don't have the ring inside. Now while installing this other blade, we put it to where the groove is fitted nice onto that circle. Now you see how this has two little ears on it? Those ears are gonna fit right onto the spot. So as you can see, you see how it's not moving, it's on there, right? Now you can start tightening your nut. So you can snug it down with your hand, get your tool. So to tighten this down, tighten the nut to the right, grab your tool. You can hold the blade, pull up to the right. Now you want this thing nice and tight, so you're gonna grab it again, give it a nice little pull. Now, you notice there's no wiggle room, there's no extra play. It's because that is on there nice and good. There's nothing in there that's catching on it. It's the right size. Now, to operate this, this is where your gas would go. Now, you'd be using mixed gas. As you can see, this gas can is painted blue. That is to indicate that this is mixed gas. Has a handle right here to release it. You put the funnel into the hole and you just lightly pull on the handle until it's full. Put your cap back on. Now, this fitting right here is so you can hook up water to it. So if you're cutting concrete, let's say, concrete has a lot of dust that comes off. So if you hook up a hose right here, it comes up through this line, the water, and comes out right here. That way it controls the dust. So you have water going onto the saw as it's cutting through the concrete. The way to start this tool is to prime it. Now this little button right here forces gas into the line itself. So you just push it a couple times, push this switch up to choke. Anytime it's cold and it hasn't been started in a while, you want to put it on full choke. You grab the handle and the lever and you pull this down to start. Now it's in the start position, okay? Then you would pull on this handle. So you got a good grip on it, pull on it. Turn the choke all the way off. So if you turn it back here, it'll die. The choke is only supposed to be on while starting it. Now there's a half choke spot too. So if it kind of starts when you pull it but doesn't go all the way, you can kick it down to the midway point, to the half choke, then try again. If you can get it started, or as soon as you get it started, you're gonna want to turn it all the way off, right? And then you can run it. to control. Now let's start it back up. Now I'm gonna start this back up and show you the throttle. This right here is how you control the speed. This is a safety mechanism that won't let you do the throttle unless you grab this first. So you put your hand on it, now you can control the throttle. The harder you squeeze, the faster it goes. To turn it off, you'd want to grab it, push this button up to the top. There is a stop little image right here that shows with an arrow. So if you were in the running position, all I did was pushed it up to the off position and it will shut off. So we're gonna cut this piece of pipe with this chop saw. First step is putting in earplugs. These go in really easily. You squish them and then just put it right into your ear. And as you can see, they lock right in and they'll expand back out. So earplugs in both ears. Okay, the next step is gonna be to put a face mask on. Always wear your face mask. The way it goes on is it fits right onto your hard hat. So, as you can see, this right here stretches on the back of your hard hat and you just pull it right down. Now you have it on your face and you're well protected. So we're gonna start this bad boy up, but before we do that, I don't like the way the guard is in position right now. So this is adjustable. So you can put your hand right here, hold it tight, and I can control the guard to get it to however I need it for what I'm gonna cut. So to start it up, we put it into the start position. It's already warmed up. We don't need to put the choke on. Should just be able to pull it and start it. Now when cutting this pipe, it's very important that when you cut, you can hold it with like your foot, but you don't want your other foot right here, because if you're cutting something like metal, the sparks will come flying at your leg. You'll get little debris and pieces of metal that will come hitting at you. So you got to be careful when you're cutting. Now, this is plastic, so we're not going to have that issue, but you always want to make sure when you're cutting something that your legs are clear of it. You can use your foot to hold it down like I'm going to do right now, but I'm going to make sure my other leg is clear of any kickback that the saw is throwing out. These are toe guards. You have to wear these anytime you're running the whacker. They prevent any kind of injury to you. So when this thing's bouncing, it has a lot of force. And if your foot gets underneath it, it could break your toes, your foot. So we wear these. This is how you put them on. Make sure to pull the strap like across the back of the boot. That way they stay on. Okay, now the whole time you're operating the whacker, you're gonna want these on to protect your feet. That way if it hits it, nothing will happen to it. This is a whacker. This is where you would put your gas in. In this case, it takes regular gasoline. They do make these in diesel. This one's regular gas. You would install it right here. Make sure when you put your lid back on, you tighten it till it clicks. There's a choke right here for when it's cold. So if this thing hasn't been running for a while, you're gonna wanna, if you look right here, there's an arrow. On the inside, you're gonna wanna push this out. That means it's all the way on. You're gonna come right here to the top, turn it to the on position, and then this lever right here is your throttle control. So this will actually control how fast it stomps. Okay, so you're gonna get it about right there, and we're gonna pull this handle. Now that it's on, we're gonna turn the choke off. Now if you could hear it change. Now, right now, it's pretty much it's not moving, it's not doing anything because the throttle's all the way down. Right, now to turn up the throttle, when I do this, it's gonna start bouncing. You wanna make sure you have both hands on this thing at all times so you can control where it's going, and you're gonna keep your feet away from it. Now, the purpose of this tool is to compact down in areas that we can't get a wheel or tighter spots. It works really good for like base and other kinds of material for compaction. As you saw when I was doing it, there was a lot of dust coming out. It's because we didn't have water on it. Normally when you run this, you're gonna run water with the whacker, so for compaction purposes. When you're done with it, all you do is you come right here, you make sure the throttle's down, you turn it to the off position, and you're done. This is a generator. They come with all the crew trucks, right? Now you can plug in your extension cord right here to run any kind of tools you need to. In this case, we have some stuff around it. You want to make sure that you always move anything that is around it. Because something like this, when this gets hot, could pop. So you remove all this debris around it. Now, you can see right here, there's an on and off switch for the fuel. Okay, it is located right there. Right now it is in the on position, right? This is where you install the fuel, you unscrew the cap, the fuel goes in right there. There is a fuel gauge right here on top. Now this one is electric and it has a pull start. So there's two ways of starting it. You pull start or using electric. So to start this, the electric side of this, right? You'd put this into the on position, push the button, now it's running. You can use all of these plugs with extension cords. As you can, there's a voltmeter right here. This is an idle control button. Now as you heard, it got louder. It's because it's putting out more amperage. To shut it off, all you do is hit it into the off position. Now for some reason, if your battery is dead, right, and you can't start this for whatever reason, put it in the on position, come over here to the pull, and you can start it that way too. And the same thing goes to shut it off, off switch.